Welcome back.
Are we there yet?
No, we're not there yet. You just.
Are we there yet?
If that's what all you're just gonna be saying, then I could just kick you from the call right now.
Setnav, remind me to make my own server with blackjack and hookers. Also, if you're you might just kick me from the call, but I'm still recording. So if you want to have an episode where it's just us two talking separately because we're not talking to each other, that's going to be quite confusing. I mean, I'm all for it. I just don't recommend it.
Yeah, so welcome back to the Dark Ruins.
Doesn't look that dark.
I know, it's just weird. Also, it's like, this is one of the few speedy monkeys.
How did he not see you?
Because I was crouching.
You're red. Even if you're crouching, you should be seen.
Bullshit.
You're not Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, I'm a better written character. An anime boy.
I still hate that trope of like, yeah, Aloy is invisible in grass because the grass is red, just like her hair. I should play Horizon Zero Dawn one of these days.
I need to actually get back to it.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of looking into purchasing a copy of Horizon Forbidden West, but for whatever reason, that game is like Nintendo levels of tied in value. It doesn't matter where I look. Everywhere I look, it's like it's the same price. It remains the same price. That doesn't usually happen for a PlayStation title.
That's what happens when you release a game around around Breath of the Wild's release date.
Well, I'm talking about Horizon Forbidden West.
I know.
Horizon Zero Dawn got the PlayStation Hits version, which means that you can get the complete edition, including DLC. Hence, complete edition. You can get it for $20.
Yeah, Forbidden West was Elden Ring. Zero Dawn itself was Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what game will overshadow the third.
Well, okay, I don't think that necessarily the game got overshadowed because the complete edition got a physical release. And that came out way after Elden Ring.
Yeah. No, my point is, it got completely overshadowed by another game.
Yeah, but it's still PlayStation published. So you know that there's like a shitload of copies out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the thing I should probably keep in mind is that the game got like big publisher, but it also got spread between PS4 version and PS5 version. So maybe that's why I don't know. I still find it weird though how like the game came out on PS4, but the DLC did not.
Yeah, that's really weird as hell. I don't know why I said hell like that.
I have to give them credit for still supporting the PlayStation 4, and maybe there was some mechanic they introduced in the DLC that required 16 gigabytes of unified memory, or I don't know.
I'm trying to remember when another time when a DLC came out for one console, but it didn't come out for the advanced version. I mean, the previous version.
Devil May Cry for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Oh, right, yeah, DMC5.
No, not... Okay, yeah, the EC5.
The
that's-
PS4
well,
never,
no,
PS4
well,
and
no, no,
Xbox
no, no,
One
no,
never
no,
got.
no,
No, PS4 and Xbox One never got special edition. Those
Yeah,
are
but I specifically meant the reboot, Devil May Cry. That had some enhanced features in the definitive edition. It wasn't just a simple, oh yeah, here's all the DLC.
You noticed that monkey went through that fucking door.
Yeah.
What
Are you
the
not getting
fuck,
that
dude?
token?
Yeah, I'll get that token later.
Nice cut, bro.
I think I died. Or it's either this one or the next one that I actually died in, because there's another one on the other side of the platforming thing.
Ah. But, yeah, so Devil May Cry 5, it kind of counts because the special edition, it does have features like Bloody Palace and better graphics. But then the virtual stuff, it's you can get the virtual stuff on the regular edition. But we were talking about DLC, not like superior editions with additional additions.
Sure.
YouTube is gonna have a great time generating captions for that sentence.
Yeah,
Especially with my distinct accent.
yeah, it makes no sense as to how that one randomly just shows up at that point, at that position. Because I passed that position trying to get to the first one.
Okay, that's kind of stupid. He was too busy playing Beat Saber in his VR goggles. He shouldn't have seen you.
Yeah. And speaking of not fair, yeah, like I said, I think giving the missile packs is fucking bullshit.
I think he should have used the magic hula hoop.
I couldn't have done anything.
I still think you should have. I don't know, I still haven't played this game.
Yeah, luckily this one is just in the extra area.
That's good.
Fire spitting juju. We'll go over that once I play Banjo-Kazooie.
I still need to play Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie
I've
is
got-
a really good time.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about it.
Just
at the
don't
same-
play
but
the
at-
original version. Just play the
Well, I have no way to legally play the original version, so I'll have to play Rare Replay.
yeah, Xbox Live Arcade
Which-
version.
Which I do believe I have I do believe I have Rare Replay installed on my Xbox at the moment. Problem is, I barely use my Xbox. But that's mainly because the stupid way we have our living room interior. Like, the TV is way too distant from the couch, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned plenty of times before.
Yeah.
And if I were to like drag the Xbox all the way up here, I'm probably only gonna use it to record Sonic Unleashed, cough cough.
You did it!
By the way, considering my track record, don't consider that to be a leak of what the next playthrough is going to be like.
No,
I'm talking to the viewer.
I know. And hell, I
why
mentioned
you
Banjo.
responding?
I mentioned Banjo-Kazooie, but who knows if that's the next playthrough?
I mean, you do have your Nintendo Switch Online, Nintendo 64.
I'm not playing it via. When I'm doing Banjo-Kazooie, I'm not playing it via that way,
Why not?
because that's still the original version.
Yeah, embrace originality.
Not for Banjo-Kazooie. Not for the original Banjo-Kazooie. That basically, when you die, you lose all
embrace tradition.
No.
Just with save states.
No.
Why? You use the rewind feature for this?
Yeah, and it's because of bullshit. I'm not... Okay, if I use the save state for basically, for Banjo-Kazooie, like, 2 stages I'm going to be save stating a crap load.
Actually, that reminds me, does the Nintendo 64, or does playing Nintendo 64 games, does it have the rewind feature if you're playing on Switch?
No, no.
That's kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of weird that Sony was able to...
To be fair, I know what you're gonna say, and it should be said that Nintendo 64 is kind of a somewhat difficult architecture to work with, and the PlayStation 1, it's kind of something that we figured out like years ago.
Yeah, true.
When in the next generation, the polar opposite happened, where the PS2 is the complicated architecture, and GameCube was something that we've nailed a long time ago.
Well, I mean, okay, you're thinking of PS3, not PS2.
No, PS2 as well. PS2 was notoriously difficult to make games for. Like, I'm pretty sure it's something that
it's because it was the weakest one of the systems.
No, it was also because it was kind of a not PS3 bad, but I do recall
it was essentially a glorified DVD player.
I recall Mark SSD Cerny saying in that pre-PS5 showcase kind of event, they mentioned how if a game was like took 1 year to develop on PS1, it would take 2 years to develop on PS2 and 4 years on PS3. And it was something along that. It was more complicated, but not as complicated. That's also why a lot of GameCube and original Xbox games turned out better. Because on the GameCube, it was like the simplest architecture you had. You had ATI, which at the time, I think was the most popular kind of, one of the closest to PC alternatives you got.
Yeah.
And the Xbox was a PC. There's no dancing around that.
For the time, not nowadays. Not nowadays.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah, in terms of power, PS2 was the straight weakest of that generation.
Yeah. I mean, it still managed to get some pretty good.
Yeah.
To get some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it was still the most popular because it essentially was a glorified DVD player.
Well, the PS2 was successful because it was a DVD player, but it's also because it was the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Right? And at the time, you either had a PlayStation or like a Saturn, a Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Well, the PS2 was a thing. Those weren't.
Yeah.
And all the new games were like PlayStation, it was not just popular because it was a DVD player. It was also popular because the name PlayStation at the time was already a household brand. Like, plenty of people out there had... That was the thing that sold it.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot describe it any better way. It's like... It was a PlayStation 2. That's why it sold. It was a PlayStation 2. It was the first one of the 3 consoles. It was a DVD player. And all of those led to its success.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, even though many multi-platform versions were better on the Xbox, selectively on the GameCube, because GameCube was more understandable in terms of architecture, but the discs weren't.
Yeah. Yeah, they really weren't.
1.4 gigabyte mini DVDs when
Yeah,
regular
one-
DVDs were 4.7.
Yeah. Yeah, a 2-disc game on GameCube is 1 disc on Xbox and 1 PS2.
Yeah.
I shudder
I know.
to think how some 2-disc PS2 games would be on GameCube.
Devil May Cry 2.
I
But
don't,
then the-
no,
but then-
I don't
but then
count
Devil-
DMC2. I don't count DMC2.
Yeah, and Devil May Cry 2, that was a different example, because that wasn't, hey, you got to the second part of the game, insert the section. No, that was just that was just 1 disc for the Dante scenario and 1
second
disc
one
for the
for
what's her
Lucina.
name.
Lucina.
Oh, that's her name.
Yeah, I was like I'm straight up talking the Xenosaga games, Star Ocean 3. Yeah, those types of games.
I'm pretty sure that the only PlayStation 2 games that I have that have multiple discs are the Metal Gear Solid titles, but that's more the bonus DVD.
Yeah, that's bonus stuff. So I don't count that.
Problem is that I don't have that many PS2 games, so
Yeah, same here. I got rid of a lot of mine.
I'm pretty sure you have a bigger supply than I do.
I have. I'll give the answer in the next episode. I'm not gonna get up.
I do have this really like, I don't know if you've heard of this title, but it's a game called Canis Canem Edit. It's a pretty neat game. It's
God damn it, edgy.
for those who don't know, Canis Canem Edit is
That's the European name for bully.
European version of Bully.
Yeah.
The reason why they named it that was because I don't know if it was the UK or the European Union, but they thought it was kind of offensive to release a title named Bully. But then in 2006, when the Xbox 360 came along, it was like, hey, we're going to re-release this game, and it was just called Bully Scholarship Edition.
It is the reason why. Oh, by the way, the name is Latin for dog eat dog.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Rock. At least from this thing I found. Apparently Rockstar never gave an answer. But yeah, it was probably because of the name.
Wait, they never gave it a reason.
No, it probably was because of the name.
Fascinating.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was due to the name, which I mean, it's not like the first time. It's not like the first time Rockstar had to censor something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. We're probably going to cut this out, but I'm gonna name it just because. But like, Grand Theft Auto 3, which was one of the first titles they released on the PS2, it went through a lot of changes after a certain event happened